Hi, this is my expression of interest to be involved with the delivery of the coaching menu with England Hockey. My name's Lee Chambers, and just a little bit about me before I dive into things. My day-to-day job, I am program lead for sport and exercise at South Gloucester and Stroud College. So we are a further education, higher education organisation. Alongside that, I also hold the role as Deputy Head of Digital Education at the college as well. In terms of my coaching background, I'm a level 2 hockey coach in terms of the old money level 2 rather than I have started the process of the new level 2 qualification through COVID, but yet to complete. And also I hold a master's in sports coaching and professional practice, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about that shortly. In terms of just a little bit about me, I have a good awareness of what constitutes outstanding professional practice, be it teaching or coaching, and have a real passion taking a lead role in developing each individual I work with, be it student, be it athlete, be it colleague. I enjoy working in dynamic, innovative and forward-thinking environments. I have received both national and international recognition for my teaching practice, working alongside Microsoft, but also receiving the award of Lecturer of the Year for the Pearson Awarding Body back in 2020. In terms of my coaching, of a number of success stories within my coaching practice, probably most notably being promoted to National League with the University of Bristol in my last coaching role there. In terms of this role, teaching and coaching are essentially both athlete-centred pastimes. They have excellent communication and planning skills are needed for both. In my opinion, teaching and coaching are both worthwhile and rewarding, and I love doing both. So I see this particular role and this opportunity is a really exciting opportunity. What I'm going to do now is just delve into just 4 examples, I suppose, of how or what I can bring to this particular role and being involved in the delivery of the coaching menu of learning. Okay, so in 2021, I completed my MSc Sports Coaching Professional Practice at the University of Gloucester, and a large proportion of my study, my focus area was focused on reflective practice, which finalised in my dissertation, which was working alongside elite level referees with the RFU, and I completed a research project. And ultimately, the aim of that was to not only establish the impact of reflective practice on interpersonal knowledge of elite rugby referees, but to explore elite referees' experiences of continued professional development, how this informed professional practice. So ultimately, what this looked at was, in terms of referees, we've got professional decision makers in terms of what they do on a day-to-day basis, and saying, right, okay, well, if they're doing it on a day-to-day basis, what are they doing in terms of their continued professional development, and how can this inform future practice and CPD? In terms of my coaching, exploring coaching theory, I've got a real interest in ecological dynamics, and this being the ability of athletes to interact with teammates and opposing players, being a key feature in success in team sports. This complex interactive nature of team sports require coaches to design appropriate learning environments to seek to develop players' an ability to solve problems. This links very nicely, I suppose, into what England Hockey are doing with the Golden Thread, and I see the Golden Thread as a real, I suppose, a real kind of game breaker in making theory really accessible for non-academics. Lots of the elements of ecological dynamics, are kind of applied into what's proposed in terms of the Golden Thread. In terms of educational theory, and this comes into my role in terms of teaching and also kind of quality assurance, is the adoption of learning theory, and one of the learning theories that we adopt to the college and I'm involved in kind of getting across the staff is the adoption of Rosenstein's principles. And Rosenstein's principles ultimately combines 3 distinct research areas and ultimately how they complement each other by addressing how people learn and acquire new information, how educators can implement effective classroom strategies, and also how they can support students whilst learning complex materials. And I think that's a really kind of exciting thing that we can think about in terms of moving this particular project forward. And then finally, and lots was kind of mentioned in the personal specification or job specification, I suppose, was all about effective questioning. In terms of my opinion on effective questioning, it needs to be highly interactive and a dynamic, responsive process. And what does it look like in effective learning environments? Ultimately, we're able to, or practitioners are able to ask more questions, involve more students in the process, probe in more depth, spend more time explaining, clarifying, checking for understanding, and asking learners to think out loud. And I think this is really important in the online environment. And some of the work I've done as Deputy Head of Online Education is to look at questioning in the online environment and looking at things like response time. In the face-to-face environment, we can think about how that response is quite immediate, but actually when we delve into online, we've got the process of people coming off mute, answering questions from there. So actually, in a kind of mini research project over a study time, we did a period where actually there's a roughly a 15-second lag or difference between online answering of questions to face-to-face. That's really interesting, something that would be interesting to look in more detail with England Hockey. So this is a little bit about me. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email. Look forward to hearing from you.